Welcome guys, it's Woocash and this time I've got Tor Arne Kvia with me.
Yep.
He's representing Norway in the Driftmasters European Championship. He's one of the, well, already quite few years driving drifters.
Yeah.
I've got his wheel when he smashed it a couple of years ago, so how you enjoying Spain and the very difficult track that Ricardo Tormo is?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's definitely a difficult track. Getting here it's always the first race. It's always stressful getting the car ready. So we're happy to be here. It's the first time me driving in 6 months now, and yeah, super happy and qualified. Okay, we didn't get the result we wanted, but we were happy with what we could do out on track, and if we just put that together tomorrow, I think we'll have a weapon. So yeah.
All right, that's good to know. I'm looking forward to see you out there tomorrow.
Yep.
Because it's always a spectacle. When you're out there, there's always stuff to watch.
Something happening always.
Let's be honest. Hopefully this time it will be just fat skids,
yeah.
No more broken wheels, no more issues. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But I'm asking many drivers as well, what are the dreams that you achieved up till now, like along the way, and what are the dreams that you got set up for this year?
Our mission from day one has been to be top 3 in the championship. So we want to do that this year, and we always wanted to do that, but like stuff always coming away. I've done mistake, car broke, whatever. So we're here to be top 3 in the championship by the end of the year, and that's what we're working against. Like we've been 4th and 5th now, 2019 and 2022. So yeah, we just gotta put ourselves together and get it out on track and go through the bracket, get to top 4 consistently, and we'll be there, I'm sure. So yeah.
Okay. And generally, how would you compare driving in a hot country, which Spain is,
Yeah.
let's say to Norway or other places which, especially in winter time,
Yeah.
it gets really snowy, icy?
Yeah. As a driver, you don't notice too many differences, like because you adjust it with tire pressure and everything, so you always adjust to maximum tire or maximum grip you can drive with. So like the temperature, the only difference is like temperature on inlet manifold, radiator, oil temperature and stuff like that. As a driver, it's always hot. If it's cold outside, it's always hot in the car. So really, there's no difference, yeah, we're using FIA flammable underwear, 3-layer suits. So yeah, it gets hot out there, but we're used to it now. We've done it for so many years. So
yeah, probably it would be good if somebody like from the cool shirts would come in. I'll sponsor Spain.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hot here, guys. We understand.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
If anybody wants to sponsor things, professional drivers, ta-da.
Definitely.
And what would be the dream car for you if, let's say, first of all, it doesn't need to be competitive. It just needs to be something that's gonna put the biggest grin on your face.
Oh man, that's a difficult question. Like I got love for old rear-wheel drive rally cars.
Okay.
That's like my. But I don't know. Maybe a Lancia Stratos or maybe a Fiat 131 Abarth. That would be so cool. But yeah, for drift car, I don't know. Like I love S13s. I've had them since I started drifting, and I don't know, they're the cars I love the most, so we'll see what the future brings.
So you're already fulfilled for now the dream of having the right car for yourself?
Oh yeah, definitely. I love the S13s, I love how they're built, and we built so many of them over the years for myself, my friends, so yeah, we've done a couple of them, to be honest, yeah.
Okay. Drifting in Norway.
Yeah.
Because, like I've mentioned when we were talking off camera, I had a chance to visit Norway briefly 20 odd years ago, and I've loved it, but at the same time I haven't been really in drifting at the time.
No, drifting in Norway is good. Like, I think Norway last years has had a really strong economy as a country, which has made it easy for Norwegian drifters to build high-end drift cars because of the economy, because all the parts we buy is in euros or dollars. For the tracks, like, it's the same issue everywhere. Like, every country you go to, it's the same issue. In Norway, I think it's more regulated. The tracks are more supported by the local government comparing to other tracks which are 100% privately owned. So the tracks got some backing for the locals and for the government locally. But yeah, it's the same issue everywhere. And I don't know, I think we just need to talk together. Like, in Norway, the biggest issue is the other disciplines like road racing and racing. They don't like us because we put the tires where they are, so their racing line gets different, and when it's wet, like, their racing line is completely ruined. So I just think we need to talk together, like motorsport as a community, and not just drifters, racers, road racers, whatever. And we need to talk together and find a solution together, and we can all enjoy this sport for many years to come. So yeah.
All right, that's a good idea. If there's any multi-millionaires in Norway or anywhere else, that would like to build some trucks, I think you would be one of the perfect ambassadors.
No more work, please.
Yeah, to embrace it, to enjoy it, and as well to show the rest of the people that are going into the sport how amazing of a sport it is.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
When it goes about drifting generally, what's the thing that drawn you to the sport?
It's definitely the 30 seconds to shine for me. Like, you can go out there, and I think on the Driftmasters grid you got probably 20 to 30 drivers that can go out there and put a safe run. Like, everyone can do it. Everyone can put in a 70 run if they want to. Probably not on this track, but you can go out there, do a really safe run. But in drifting, especially Driftmasters, you can have those moments where you got 30 seconds and you can do whatever you want. You're alone on the track for qualifying. And qualifying for me is really exciting because then you can do whatever you want. You can put your flair to it, you can put your taste to it, your style, whatever. And you can do the impossible in those 30 seconds. You can either do the impossible and everyone is blown away, or you can basically fuck up and you're stranded there and looks like a complete moron, So for me, qualifying is exciting, and also for the battles, like, put a show for the fans. Like, it's all for the fans. I think a lot of people get it into their head, like all the competition and all those stuff, but by the end of the day, for the people in the grandstands, for the people on the live stream, like, put on a show, do something cool, and yeah, maybe the sport will grow only by doing this because it's an exciting show to watch.
Oh, definitely. It is. That is, in my opinion, very important, kind of to recognize that without our fans, without our supporters, we wouldn't have sometimes the opportunity to do the things that we do.
Definitely.
And well, I don't drift professionally or anything, but I still feel blessed being able to do it.
Yeah.
And it's a pleasure for me always when somebody's coming over and they recognize in me for this or for that. Oh, you did well. How amazing is that?
Yeah.
To kind of see that people appreciate your fulfilling your own passion. Yeah. Really.
It's a good community, it definitely is. Yeah.
Yeah, the community is one of the things that draw me to it.
Yeah.
The brotherhood.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you did any other motorsport.
Yeah, I started with go-karting or karting, where like different name wherever you are. But so I started with that when I was 6. So it's a big difference. Like when we came into drifting, it was a whole different world for us because we were used to going into the tents with our carts, closing the tent up, doing setup, like not telling anyone what, setup changes you did or whatever. In drifting, you can go to James Dean and line up, and you're like, what tire pressure are you on? And he will tell you his tire pressure. You can ask, what toe are you running? And he will tell you his toe, you know, and we're all in it kind of to make ourselves better, and that's why you've seen probably Driftmasters going past Formula Drift, because Formula Drift is more kind of, they're more kind of close, they don't talk so much together, while in Driftmasters we're talking together because we want to push this sport forward, not just stay on the same line as it's been for 10 years, you know. And I think by doing that, all of our cars are better, faster, and we're getting better as drivers because we're sharing what we're doing with other drivers out on track. So
yeah, that is quite surprising for some people, kind of, to see the amount of brotherhood and cooperation with what other motorsports would consider that's your enemy. Why would you help him? And the drifters are like, dude, I just want to be on his door. I don't care. And I mean, yes, everybody wants to win, but winning just by default because somebody broke a shaft or something is like, it doesn't feel right.
No, it
does
doesn't taste good. No.
So that is something. That's one of the really bolden parts for me of the community. The amount of support that everybody have in it. Yeah. And that leads me as well to another part of what I do is sharing mental health awareness in the drift community. I myself struggle with depression, and I fight my demons kind of every day. You take it one day at a time. How are you managing to deal with stress?
You know, it's of course it's difficult. There's stressful times for sure, and things might seem hopeless at times, but you know, sometimes you just gotta look at it and think it's gonna be all right, you know, as Bob Marley said. And you know, I got loads of friends help me out, and whenever it's at its most hopeless, like I can call up my mates and they will be there just getting the car ready here. We were 7 people working on the car at the same time, and they all wanted the same, for us to be here enjoying this time and making it, you know. And that end goal, and that we're here at all, it's like it surpasses the stress you felt 7 days ago, you know. So I don't know, it's definitely stressful, and the sponsors got all these requirements, but you'll do what you can do, and the rest you just gotta forget, because it wasn't possible at the time you did it. So yeah, it's good.
Okay, good. And what sort of an advice you would give to a person, let's say, struggling mentally?
Definitely doing one thing at a time. Like for me, the most stressful times is when the list is bigger than you can like possibly do. And like all my life, I had a bigger list than is possibly manageable, to say it like that. And you know, do one thing at a time, and just do that task the best of your abilities, and you'll get a lot of satisfaction by doing that one task, and then you jump to the next task and the other one. And by doing them one time at a like when you've done 3-4 of them, like you can see you're getting closer and everything gets better. And if there's something you can't do, like just say, sorry, I can't do that. Sorry, I promised you I could do it, but I can't do it. So yeah, sometimes you just gotta, it's better to just be open and just say, sorry, I fucked up, or I didn't have time, or whatever, and hopefully in a good amount of time so they can fix it somewhere else or whatever. But yeah, definitely.
That's a good advice, because being honest, it's and open about the situation, it always helps, in my opinion. Yeah. Sometimes I get overwhelmed looking at my list to do. Yeah. Please doing bit at a time and doing some of it.
Definitely.
It always feels like a win to me.
Yeah. definitely.
So yeah, that is a really good advice. Is there any typical ways how people in Norway support each other? Because from what I remember from Scandinavia, you got people living kind of a little bit more spread apart from the big cities. There's a bit of a spread of people that you don't always have the chance to see a friend or somebody the same day, let's say, or now.
Yeah.
Is there anyhow that the community or group of friends and drifters are supporting each other?
Well, Norwegians are usually they're really just themselves, you know. We're kind of, I don't know how to put it in English, but we're kind of we're not that social as other countries, and that's something you learn when you come to Driftmasters or doing anything when you're traveling a lot to other countries. Is that like other countries, they're more like friendly, or not? We're friendly in Norway as well, but they're more social.
Okay.
They're meeting people and they're talking to people they don't know, and we don't do that in Norway. Like, you never talk to people you don't know usually. So it's definitely different coming and doing Europe and traveling around Europe. It's different for us because you're leaving Norway and you're used to that mentality, you know, and you're coming and everyone is like this, and you're like, oh Jesus, what is happening here, you know? But yeah, it's different from Norway. It's definitely is, yeah.
Okay, it's a bit of a culture shock.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, yeah, it is actually a good point, because I can see myself after traveling around. There is an openness of people in certain parts of the world that is just, wow.
Yeah.
For me, being Polish, so it's kind of, we are quite, let's say, known that if you're gonna go to Poland and meet a normal person, they'll be like, let's go home and I'll cook you food first thing.
Yeah.
And I'm finding it as well here in Spain.
Yeah.
An amazing Valencian paella.
Yeah.
Not sure if you tried.
No, not tried.
Do you know what it is?
No.
So basically, you take, let's say, on a and it
sounds good.
It's delicious. Actually,
we'll try it. We'll be here for 1 day, 2 days after the event, so we'll see if we can find somewhere having it.
In that case, if you're staying over, I would like to invite you. My Spanish drift brother is an amazing cook, and he makes Johnny Navarro from JJ Racing Drift Team. He makes amazing food. And it's something that we
we'll
basically,
talk after the interview.
Wherever you go, try the traditional local cuisine.
Yeah.
As well. If you like oranges, I've got oranges from my place where I live. I've picked them today in the morning from the tree. I've got them at Peter's tent. I'll bring some over.
That sounds good. Sounds good.
And I'll bring another crate, because almost a full crate went today across the guys. It's a vibe, and Valencia is known actually for having one of the best oranges in the world.
Yeah, I heard actually,
And one thing that I was really surprised about, they grow rice here.
Okay. Wow.
The weirdest thing ever, but so cool at the same time.
I can imagine.
What advice would you have to the drift community? What sort of a message you would like to share with people?
Don't spend more money than you have. And it's cool to do grassroots drifting. Like, it's cool to do drifting with 200 to 300 horsepower cars running 195 rear tires. They can be used, and I can promise it's just as fun as what we're doing. This is just more expensive, less fun, more stressful, more things you gotta do for sponsors and stuff. Like, drifting on a grassroots level is just as fun, and I think people need to spend their money or use their money wisely. Like, you want to do drifting, you gotta know what can you afford, what program can you put together. If that's only grassroots, that is top notch. Do grassroots drifting, do competition with grassroots drifting. Don't overspend. Like, we see that in Norway especially, people spending a lot of money because they think they need these pro level cars and they can't use them. And they probably put up loans doing them. It's crazy. So that would be my message to drifters out there. Like, don't spend more money than you have, basically.
Listen to this guy, guys. He's so right. I mean, I'm not a professional driver at all, but from knowing few over the years, and we used to train and drive together, I can see exactly that at the end of the day, the cost of running a car like that is significantly bigger than any other beta car.
Yeah, definitely.
Because basically,
I think you can do, like, I wouldn't be lying, you can probably do 1.5 years of missile drifting at the same cost of one race in Driftmasters. I'm sure.
Oh my days.
So do grassroots drifting.
Yeah.
So
it's really great to see how far in the last 20 odd years 20 years, let's say, drifting went into the really professional level. And it's not only about professional level of driving, but the professional level of care and support that you receive from companies and teams.
Definitely, yeah.
Because how many years you've been drifting now?
10 years this year.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the 10th season. So yeah, it's been a fun road, definitely.
So in that case, for the 10th anniversary, I'm wishing definitely at least the third position on the podium.
It would be amazing on the 10th year to do that. So yeah, we're hoping for that.
Looking forward to seeing that actually with my own eyes tomorrow or some other time on live stream.
Yeah.
But dude, been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
And guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Remember, it's okay not to be okay, but there are ways to get better.
Thank you.
Thank you, dude. That was amazing.